अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः ओम सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरङ्गनाथशतकोपैतीन्द्र लक्ष्मी नृसिंहचरित्रमेकपात्रम् श्रीरङ्गवीररघुराट् शतकोपभुज्यम् वेदान्तदेशिकेतीन्द्रमहं प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीवंशटगोपश्री वेदान्तदेशिकेतीन्द्रमः देशिकाय नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं दैवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. Bhagavan Sivanarayana is giving us a wonderful way to attain moksha. So in the Ashwamedha Parvam of Mahabharatam, moksha prapti upayam is given very clearly. Moksha prapti upayam. It is very clearly mentioned. Munjam sharire mitchahuhu ishikam atmani shritam. Etan nidarshanam proktam yoga vidbhihi anuttamam. I'm sure you would have seen a corn. When you look at a corn, it is there completely covered with a fiber. So you start peeling off the layers and layers of the fiber. Once you start peeling off the layers of fiber, inside you will see the wonderful corn. Same way, a person interested in moksha should peel off the outer layers called the body. As you peel off the outer layers called body, you will see the wonderful corn inside the Jivatma. Immediately he will realize the fiber, the layers of the fiber is of no importance at all. The essential thing that the corn is there is to enjoy the corn that is inside. That is how a person interested in moksha should draw a line between Jivatma and the Deham, the body and the soul. Whenever we say, once you have Sharanagati, don't eat anything that you cannot offer to Krishna. That means we cannot offer onion, garlic to Krishna, so don't eat them. Immediately they will say, oh, many people say onion is good for health. That means you are still looking at the body only. Moksham is not for the body. Moksham is for the soul. If you are interested in moksham, you should be prepared how to remove the fiber, peel it off, and look at the corn inside. Same thing. You are interested in having some rice. But rice will not come directly in the form of rice from the field. You have to grow paddy and you have to harvest. Even then, that paddy you cannot eat directly. The paddy you have to pound and remove the husk. Then only you get the rice that is useful to you. Same thing, you want to attain moksham. Peel off the outer husk. Then you can see the most delicious rice inside. So within yourself, separate the body coordinate system from the soul coordinate system. What is good for the body may not be good for the soul. What is good for the soul may not be to the liking of the body. Get up 4:30 in the morning, take a shower, get ready to do your prayers at Brahma Muhurtam 5 a.m. Good for the soul, not good for the body. Come on, I want to sleep. I can't get up. We ourselves tell, I still have body pain. I still have body ache. Oh, I'm very tired. Can I sleep for 1 more hour? What is happening? We are in the body consciousness. If you can separate the body consciousness from the soul consciousness, oh, come on, body. Anyway, you are going to get old one day. Anyway, you are going to die one day. For that, why should I deprive the soul of the wonderful experience of thinking of Bhagavan in the Brahma Muhurtam? You are tired. No problem. Get some more tired. You can't get up. Don't give these silly excuses. Can I sleep for 1 more hour? So, 1 more hour of tamogunam for you? Enough. You already had enough tamogunam. See, you are separating the body coordinates from the soul coordinates. If the body says, I am tired, tell them it is only the body that is tired, not the soul. The soul will never get tired. No problem. Try to separate the husk from the rice. Just because paddy is available, you cannot boil paddy and eat along with the husk. You must separate the husk, then only you get the rice. You should peel off the fibers, then only layers of fibers, then only you will see the corn inside. That's what Moksha Dharma says. Now, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is very clearly saying, Evam Satatamudjuktaha Pritatma Sachiradiva Vasadagiti Yad Brahma Yad Drushva Syat Pradhanabhet. When your dhyana, when you keep on doing your meditation, when you keep on contemplating on the Atma, that Atma will be inclined to go more and more towards Paramatma. And once you are moving towards Paramatma, that Bhagavan will be more than happy to accept that kind of an Atma. That is why Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kasyat yatate siddhaye jivo nishkrantam atmanam sharirat samprapasyati. The person who is interested in moksha will always try to separate the soul from the body. And the person who is interested in moksha, once you have freed yourself from the body attachments, bodily attachments, the minute the bodily attachments have gone, your spiritual attachment of your soul to Paramatma will begin. Therefore, one has to understand Vurdhivi Vayurakashim Apo Jyotischa Panchamam Mano Buddhischa Saptaita Yodiricheva Shabdita. A person interested in moksham should draw a line between the Pancha Bhautika Shariram and also the Sukshma Shariram and the Jivatma. The body that is made up of the 5 elements earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And of course, your mind that is controlling the subtle body, and your intelligence that is there guiding you. They are all there for you. Try to separate the body from the Atma. Are people really interested in moksha? No. They are interested only in material comforts. That is the reason why people who are interested in moksha will not pay that much attention to the physical comforts. Now comes in Mahabharata, there are some interesting episodes about Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Parikshan Maharaja's Jananam. Parikshan Maharaja's Jananam. And when Uttara gave birth, Uttara is begging Sri Krishna to revive the lifeless lump of flesh she delivered. You know what she is telling the newborn baby? You are born in a noble family. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is here. She is there in a deluded state. Do namaskaram to Krishna, she is telling to the lifeless lump of flesh. She is telling the lifeless fetus, the lifeless child that is born to her, my child, are you also going to go to Swargam? Go and tell your father Abhimanyu that this unfortunate Uttara is still alive on the planet Earth, even though her husband is not there, even though her son is not there. Go and tell your father Abhimanyu, if I cannot live here, I will rather take poison with permission from Dharmaraja and will join my husband and you. When she was falling unconscious, Uttara, all the ladies sprinkled some water on Uttara, revived her. Bhagavan Sri Krishna was approached. Uttara approached Bhagavan Sri Krishna, still lying down on the ground. Somehow was made to sit. Uttara folded her hands and begged Krishna. Bhagavan Sri Krishna immediately did Achamaniyam and withdrew the Brahmastra. And Krishna made a declaration to the entire universe. These are the wonderful declarations of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. न ब्रवीम उत्तरे मिथ्या सत्यम एतत् भविष्यति एषा संजीवयाम्येनं पश्यतां सर्वदेहिनाम्. हे उत्तर, me, Bhagavan Krishna, never told a lie, and whatever word I say is always truth. Let everybody watch. I will revive this child. नोक्तपूर्वं मया मिथ्या स्वैरेष्वपि कदाचन न च युद्धात् परावृत्तः तथा सञ्जीवतामयम्. Watch all of you. Even while playing, I never told a lie. Do not ever think Rama is the only one who said, Anrutam Nokta Purvam Me Nachavakshe Kadachana. Bhagavan Sri Krishna gives a promise in front of everyone. Nokta Purvam Maya Vidya. Even while playing, I never told a lie. I never retreated from a battlefield. May all that power of my Satyam make this child come back to life. And Krishna is again further saying, Yathaham nabhijanami vijayetu kadachana virodham tena satyena mruto jivatvayam shishuhu. Virodham tena satyena. If I abided by Satyam every minute, if I had no enmity with Satyam, may this child come back to life. Yadha Satyam cha dharmascha maya nityam pratishtita tadha mrutaha shishurayam jivatat abhimanyujaha. If I always abided by the only two guiding principles, Satyam and Dharmam, may this Abhimanyu's son come back to life. Yadha kamsascha keshi cha dharmena nihato maya tena satyena baloyam punaha sanjeevatamayam. Krishna is saying, if my killing, Kamsa and Keshi is purely according to dharma, may that Satyam revive this child. And the child came back to life. Now you may get a doubt. Did Krishna promise that he is a brahmachari? Not in Mahabharata he has given that promise, but in other things, yes. Here Krishna is only going by dharmam and satyam. That is the power of dharma. If Krishna wants, giving life to Parikshit is not at all a big thing for him. And how do we know that? When Krishna could go to the Yamalokam and get the Guru Putra back to life, it's not at all a problem for Krishna to revive the lifeless child. Now, some of you heard Garuda Puranam. Don't think only Garuda Puranam talks about Narakam and the difficulties that we had to go through. Even Mahabharata, in the Ashwamedha Parvam, talks about Narakam, Naraka Yatanas, Yamaloka Varnanam, and all that. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is giving us a very wonderful way. When Yudhishthira asked the question, Kim Rupam, Kim Pramanam, Va Varnaha, Kovasya Keshava, Jivasya Gachato Nicham, Yamalokam Vadaswame. Direct question from Yudhishthira. Hey Krishna, what kind of a body a soul will have while going to Narakam, while going to Yamalokam? How much size? How big? Please give me the details. Sri Bhagavanuvacha. So see, even in Mahabharata, in the Ashwamedha Parvam, Krishna is addressed as Bhagavan. The other day I told you in Narakam, in the Garuda Puranam, I don't know whether anyone of you followed or not. Simple question. What is the distance between Bhulokam and Yamalokam?
So you said that you have 1 lakh, 1 lakh yojana something. Sorry,
1 lakh yojanas.
83,000.
86,000 yojanas, sir.
86,000 years. Yes, Swami. 86,000.
Exactly. Here it is again in Mahabharata. Shadashiti sahasrani yojananam yudhishthira manushasya cha lokasya yamalokasya chantaram. You see how clearly Krishna says, from Manavaloka to Yamaloka, the distance is Shat Ashiti Sahasrani Yojananam. Shat Aru 6 Ashiti 80,000 Sahasrani Yojananam. 86,000 yojanas. Some people consider yojanam as 10 miles. Some people consider that as only 1.6 miles. Even if you take 1.6 miles, 86,000 yojanas. 86,000 multiplied by 1.6 is 137,600 miles. The shortest one. 137,600 miles is the distance. Now Krishna is saying, न तत्र वृक्षच्छाया वा न तटाकं सरोऽपि वा न वास्यो दीर्घिका वापि न कूपो वा युधिष्ठिरः. On the way to Yamalokam, there are no trees to have some shade. There are no lakes if you are thirsty to go and drink some water. There are no wells. न मण्डपं सभा वापि न प्रभा वा निकेतनं न पर्वतो नदी वापि न भूमेर्विवरं क्वचित् न ग्रामो न आश्रमो नापि नोद्यानं न वनानि च. On the way to Narakam, there are no hallways, there are no shelters, there is no house, there are no rivers, just barren path, nothing other than that. And when death is approaching, the soul will go through unimaginable pain to extricate itself from the body. That time, the soul will come almost to the throat, and the soul will take the form of air, Vayu Rupam. Nirgato Vayu Bhutastu Shat Koshatu Kalevarat. Nirgato Vayu Bhutastu. So the Jivatma will try to take the form of Vayu, will come out of the body. Now, how big is your Yatana Shariram? Here it is. Shariram Anyattadrupam Shatkosha Kalevarat. We have 6 layers in our body. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya koshas. Then we have the final encasement for the Jivatma. The Jivatma that comes out of the Shat koshas will accept another body called Yatana Shariram. And what is that Yatana Shariram looking like? The color of the Yatana Shariram, the form, the height, the weight, everything will be exactly the same as your physical body. But the problem is, it is there in Vayu Rupam. None of us can see. Exactly same as your physical body, but in the Vayu Rupam, so you cannot see. And what is the speciality of the Yatana Shariram? Chedanat, Bhedanat, Dahat, Tadanat, Va na Nashyati. Even if somebody is hitting you, that Yatana Shariram will not die. Even if somebody is burning you, Yatana Shariram will not die. Even if somebody is cutting you, Yatana Shariram will not die. Even if you are there made into pieces and pieces, Yatana Shariram will not die. And the Yamadutas, Niyamano Dhuradharaihi Yamadutair Yamajnaya, on the command of Yamadharmaraja, the servants of Yama will come and drag the Jivatma out. And the only thing that comes with you, with the Yatana Shariram, are Krutaihi Sukruta Dushkrutaihi. Only the Punya Papas we did, they are the only things that come with us. Not our physical wealth, not our physical wife, husband, children. Vasudha, are you there, Vasudha? Vasudha, you are listen only, but are you there? Okay, no problem. Because she asked once this question. None of them will come with you. Matrubhihi pitrubhischaiva bhratrubhihi matalaistadha daraihi putraihi vayasaicha rudadhihi hyajyate punaha. When the soul is leaving the body, even though you have a lot of family members, your mother, your father, your uncles, your wife, your husband, your children, what all they can do is only cry. But none of them can save you, none of them will come with you. Andhakaram aparantam mahagoram tamuvrutam durgamam papakarmanam. The route taken by Yamadutas will be very, very dark. There is no end for that. Will be terrible. This is for the people who have committed unimaginable sins. Now, you know one funniest thing? We are thinking we are the only ones who will be visiting Yamadharmaraja and listen to our activity from the chief accountant Chitragupta. Not just the human beings, everyone. And that includes the Devi Devatas also. Remember the Devi Devatas also. Many of you are not realizing Devi Devatas are Jivatmas. Look here what Mahabharata says. I am not giving you any concocted versions. Mahabharata, Ashwamedha Parvam, 92nd chapter. Mahabharata, Ashwamedha Parvam, 92nd chapter. Deva Asurair Manushyadyaihi Vaivasvata Vashanugaihi Stri Punnapumsakaishchapi Rivyam Jiva Sanjitaihi Majjamair Yuvabhirvapi Balaihi Vruddhaihi Tadaivacha Jatamahatraishcha Garbhastaihi Gantasyaha Samaharatha. Who will all go to Yamalokam? Devi Devatas also, Asuras also, human, anyone who is there, woman, man, neither man nor woman, napumsakas, children, old people, young people, just born, not only just born, even the fetus that is there aborted in the womb of a mother has to go in that path. Very significant one. That including Devatas and Asuras also have to go to Yamalokam. You know one funny thing? The path to Yamaloka is never closed. It is open 24/7, he says. पूर्वान्नेव अपराह्नेव सन्ध्याकालेधव पुनः प्रदोषेव अर्धरात्रेव प्रत्यूषेवापि उपस्थिते. The path to Yamaloka is open 24/7. No distinction between morning or afternoon. No distinction between sunrise or sunset time. No distinction between midnight or early morning. Everywhere, every time it is open. Everyone, when the Yamadutas are dragging, while falling, getting up, crying, they have to travel the path. Tudyamana shariraishai gantavyam tarjitaistadha. Feet are burning. Sharp knives are there cutting through your feet, bleeding. Still, you cannot move. Yamadutas are dragging, whipping. We have to go. Why all that? Do Sharanagati and go to Vaikuntham. And while taking whatever sins we have committed proportionate to that, they will hit us with the stones, with whips, with lighted fire sticks. And while going there, महिषैश्च मृगैश्चापि सूकरैः पृषतैस्तः भक्ष्यमाणैः तद्वधात् भक्ष्यमाणैः तदध्वानं गन्तव्यं मांसखादकैः. This is a very significant one. If any one of you are there in the habit of eating non-vegetarian food, Mahabharata very clearly says, whatever animals you have eaten, like the buffaloes, or the goats, or the chicken, or the pigs, or the deer, whatever you have eaten here on the planet Earth, they are there in their bodies there. As your Yatana Shariram was dragged to Yamalokam, that 137,000 miles, 86,000 yojanas, in between, they will jump on you, and keep biting you and cut and bite as much meat as they can get from your body. It will be chewing you. Suchi Suttikshatundavihi Makshikavihi Samantaraha Tudyamanesh Gantavyam Papistaihi Balaghatakaihi. If anybody has done killing a child, you know what will happen? Mosquitoes and flies that have sharp, stinging nose as sharp as needles. They will be just stinging you from all over in every millimeter of your body on your way to hell. If we have done a murder of a trusted manager, friend, or a woman, a friend trusted you, but you killed him. Your boss trusted you, you killed him. Your wife trusted you, you killed her. Yamadutas will be just beating you left and right on your way to hell. Unimaginable are the sufferings. All the people who steal the cows, money, gold, other people grabbing the land, grabbing others' houses, all these people have to go through unimaginable sufferings in hell, which are too much even for you to listen. If you have heard Bhagavatas, tell everybody, not just your listening. If you have heard Bhagavatas on their way to hell, the Yamadutas, they will just plaster your mouth so that you cannot even cry. They will not even give you water. They will pull your tongue out with which you have hurt the other people and cut them. They will pull your eyes out with which you looked at that so cruelly at Bhagavatas. And they will just pour, Yamadutas will pour blood, pus on your body. And the foxes are there waiting for the blood and pus. Along with the blood that is poured on you, they will take a chunk of your flesh also and keep on biting you. Therefore, never do apacharas that are forbidden by dharma. Vishtha kupeshu anekashah. And some of the worst sinners are there, thrown. We all know back home in India where there is no drainage system, they have the septic tanks. We all know what is there in septic tanks. The sinners will be thrown in rivers of septic tanks. If we have not given any dharma karyam here, if we have not given, if we have not done annadanam, if we have not given even water to the thirsty, on our way to Narakam, we will not be getting even water or food. And by the way, if you have done punya karyas also, you will go to hell first, Yamadharmaraja. But in a different way, if you have done punya karyas, you will not be dragged in that unimaginable paths. You will be taken in special planes, served by beautiful hostesses to Yamalokam. If you have done Kapila Dhenu Danam, means giving a donation of a black cow with a calf, you will be going to Yamalokam in beautiful plains And if you have done Hiranyadanam, means giving gold as donation, you will be going to Yamalokam, riding elephants. So there is punishment as well as there are rewards even while going to Yamalokam. If you cannot give gold, if you cannot give lot of money, if you cannot do vastram as a dhanam, at least can you give some water to the thirsty? Even do, donating water to the thirsty will get you wonderful results. So at least if you do not have money to do gold dhanam, vasta dhanam, bhudanam, please give some water. There are so many people in some poor countries without even drinking water. Give them jaladanam. Now, all the punya karmas you do here will be rewarded on your way to Yamalokam. In what a beautiful way you travel. Now comes, if you can do Jaladanam and Annadanam, what will be the benefits? Adhe sarvani bhutani jivanti prabhavanti cha. For every one of us, water is very, very important. Therefore, at least give water, which is also considered as one of the great dhanams. And if you can do Annadanam, of all the danas, Vidya sthanani sarvani sarva yajnasya pavanaha annat yashyat pravartante tasmat annam param smritam. Suppose you construct schools and colleges. Suppose you do yajnas. Compared to all of them, Annadanam is considered as the greatest of the greatest one. Yasmat annat pravartante dharma dhaukam evacha tasmat annam parandanam namutreha cha pandava. Even Brahmadeva, when created, ordained all people to live on food. Therefore, Annadanam is considered as the greatest Annadan, as the greatest of the danas. If you can do Annadanam to a real needy person, you will get the same punyam as doing 1,000 Godanas. Annadanam and Jaladanam are praised so much in Mahabharata. That is the reason why. Don't take it personally. In the good olden days, there were no restaurants. There were no restaurants. There were no hotels. Nobody sold annam. People used to walk from place to place. By lunchtime, if they are going through a village, the minute they walk into a village, the good old Orthodox people, they never ate before eating. They just come out of their house and walk in the streets, say 100 feet, and look for any stranger, anybody without food. Any stranger, sir, are you a stranger? Are you going somewhere? Did you eat? Come and have lunch. They will feed the person who is a stranger even. Give them food and then only they will eat. So in the good olden days, there were no restaurants because Anna Dhanam only they did. They never sold food. And if you can do proper Annadhanam, you will be able to enjoy Swarga Bhogas at least for 10 million years in Swargalokam. There are quite a few danas that you can do. Godana Phalam, Shayyadana Phalam, Pallaki Dana Phalam, Ghruta Dana Phalam. If you can do, in the good olden days, you know what they used to do? Have you heard of Vrukshadhanam? Vrukshadhanam. Suppose you have got some mango trees, a mango tree or something, any tree that is there giving wonderful fruits that you can eat. People used to invite deserving people and give them wonderful food and give that kind of a tree as a dhanam. Swami, this mango tree is for you. Means every year they can come and collect all the fruits, everything. Such people who do Vruksha Dhanam in Indraloka, they will be living under Kalpa Vruksham. And as many number of leaves and fruits the tree had which you did Dhanam, that many thousand years you will enjoy Swarga Bhogas. And another thing, if you promise somebody something, and if you either not do that dhanam, the other person is expecting something from you. A poor man is expecting. You give the poor people very high expectations. I will give you that, I will give you that. But you will not fulfill your promise. You will not give. Or some people give dhanam and afterwards come back and take it back. Such people will ruin whatever punyam they have done is completely ruined if you promise something and do not do that. Or if you take back what you did, what you give as dhanam. And again, why it is called as Kapila Dhenu Danam is very great. If ordinary cows are given 1,000 in Danam, whereas if we can give a black cow with a calf that gives milk, doing a Kapila Dhenu Danam is equal to doing 1,000 regular Godanas. If you are there farming, if you are there in India in villages, people while farming, they hit the bulls, you know, with the sticks or threads or thin strands of leather, or even they put a small nail to the tip of a bamboo stick and then they poke into the back of the bull to move it forward. Such people will go through unimaginable hell. And if you are doing farming, and if you're using bulls without first feeding the bulls and giving them water, you should never eat. Therefore, Kapila Dhenu Danam is praised in Mahabharata. Various aspects are there. Now comes to conclude Mahabharata, Dharmam. If you do all these things properly, your path will be so good that you will attain salvation. At one point of time, Parikshan Maharaja's son, Janamejaya, Parikshan Maharaja was bitten by a snake Takshaka because of the curse of Shamika Maharshi's son Shrungi. Janamejaya did Sarpayagam to wipe out all the snakes. Finally, when Takshaka, who was protected by Indra, was not coming and falling into the fire, when Janamajaya's priest started chanting, let that Takshaka, is it not a storm outside? ఒకడే వచ్చావా షీ వచ్చింది వచ్చిందా ఓకే Finally, when Janamejaya priest chanted, if Indra is protecting that Takshaka who is a sinner, may that Indra also come and fall down into this fire. That is when Mahatmas came and pacified Janamejaya and the war stopped. So Janamejaya wanted to see his father. Maharshi Vedavyasa came and he gave a wonderful opportunity for Janamejaya to look at his own father Parikshan Maharaja. When Vaishampayana was telling Mahabharata to Janamejaya, you know what Janamejaya asked? Janamejaya asked, Mahatma Vaishampayana, I will believe what all you said in Mahabharata, provided your Guru Vedavyasa can make me see my father Parikshan Maharaja. Vaishampayana prayed to Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa with his spiritual power. Can you imagine? Vedavyasa is not an ordinary person. Vedavyasa made Parikshan Maharaja appear before Janamejaya. Same age, same way as he looked, directly from Swargalokam. Along with that, Shamika Maharshi and his son Shrungi, even they were shown to Janamejaya. That is when Janamejaya was so happy that his father is there in the Swargaloka and listen to the Mahatmas. Therefore, how are you? నువ్వేమన్నా చెప్తావా? ఏం చెప్తావు? పల్లాండు చెప్తావా? నీకు పల్లాండు వచ్చా? మరి ఏం చెప్తావు? చిత్రం సిరికాలి వచ్చా? చిత్రం సిరికాలి చెప్తావా? కూర్చొని చెప్తావా? నిలబడి చెప్తావా? కూర్చొని చెప్తావా? ఓకే కూర్చో. చెప్తావా? కూర్చో. నిన్నెవరు చూడదు, కూర్చో. స్వాతంత్రం ఎక్కువైపోయింది, ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది పారతంత్రం? కూర్చో. స్మాల్ డైవర్షన్ అమ్మా, లిటిల్ ఫ్రెండ్ అమ్మా. హౌ ఓల్డ్ ఆర్ యూ? 4. ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్ అమ్మా. సో షీఈ్ ఓన్లీ 4 అమ్మా. Now coming back to Mahabharata, just a few more minutes amma. Finally, Mahabharata also says how Balarama and Krishna left the planet Earth.
Why Krishna left the earth?
Because Krishna wanted to go back to Vaikuntham.
Vaikuntham?
Yeah, that is where he wants to go, Vrindavan.
Vrindavan?
There is a special Vrindavan for Krishna there.
Okay.
So they all wanted to go there. And when Krishna and Balarama decided to go, it was very easy for Krishna and Balarama when Krishna and his chariot driver Daruka were looking for Balarama. They could find the footsteps of Balarama and followed. They found Balarama in deep contemplation under a tree. Krishna sent his chariot driver Daruka to go to Hastinapuram and bring Arjuna. Balarama was requested to stay until Krishna can take care of the ladies until Arjuna comes. Krishna took leave of his parents. Vasudeva and Devaki, they are still alive that time. Krishna promised everyone, Arjuna will come and take care of you. Krishna approached Balarama. Balarama was already there in Yoga Samadhi. And from his mouth, a beautiful white, huge serpent came out. None other than Adisesha. Balarama in his yoga could just transform himself, his soul, into the Nityashuri Adisesha, which came out of the face of Balarama and headed towards the ocean. And that serpent immediately appeared as a Naga with 1,000 hoods, 1,000 heads, and a body as big as a mountain. And the ocean welcomed Adisesha. Sahasrashirishah Parvata Bhoga Vatma Rakta Sanahaswam Tanumtam Vimucha. Balarama transformed himself into Adisesha with 1,000 heads. Varuna, everyone, Varuna, the god in charge of waters, welcomed Balarama, Adisesha. With Arghyapadyadi Satkaras they have done. And once Balarama attained Vaikuntham through the ocean, Krishna, who knows everything, past, present, and future, was just contemplating. Time for me also to leave this planet Earth. You know, these boys, Krishna's children, Samba and others, not only insulted Durvasa by disguising a man, Samba, as a pregnant lady and asking what baby this pregnant lady would deliver. They even smeared already tasted sweet rice on the body of Durvasa. Durvasa got very annoyed and cursed. May all the Andhaka, Vrishni, Kuruvamsha be wiped out. Mahatma Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, wanted to honor the words of Durvasa. He thought it is time that he too will leave the body. There was a hunter by name Jara who saw Bhagavan Krishna. He didn't see, but Krishna was there lying down and was shaking his big toe. He mistook that as the ear of a rabbit and shot an arrow. That Jara, that hunter, begged Krishna for forgiveness. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, using that as an excuse to fulfill the promise or the curse by Durvasa.
Are you bringing Ramayana?
No, Bharat.
Bharat?
Yeah. So you're confused what I'm saying, right? Yeah, Bharatama. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna left the physical body, and the Mahatma, Yogacharya, none other than Narayana himself. Tato Rajan Bhagavan Rugratejah Narayana Prabhavascha Avyayah Yogacharyo Rodasi Vyapya Lakshmya Sthanam Prapasvam Mahatma Aprameyam. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, the Lakshmi Natha, went to his place, Sri Vaikuntham. That is how Balarama and Sri Krishna left the planet Earth, and Bhishma and everyone. First of all, Yudhishthira has to go to Narakam. From there, he went to Swargam. How did that happen? Mahabharata concludes with Yudhishthira and others doing Swargarohanam. This is called Mahaprasthanam. All started their journey. That's called Swargarohanam. All the 5 Pandavas reached the Himalayas. They started going and going non-stop. As they were going forward, Draupadi is the first one to fall down. Bhima turned to Dharmaraja Yudhishthira and asked, why did Panchali fall down? Yudhishthira replied, even though Draupadi accepted 5 of us as her husbands, she had some kind of an extra attachment to Arjuna. She did not follow her dharma of treating 5 of us equally. That additional or extra attachment to Arjuna made her fall down early. Again they went forward. After some time, Sahadeva fell down. Again Bhima asked Yudhishthira the same question. Why did Sahadeva fall down? Atmanaha sadrusham prajnam naishom anyata kanchana. Yudhishthira replied, Sahadeva was a little bit arrogant that he is the most intelligent person. The sin of himself considering as the most intelligent made him fall down. They proceeded further. After some time, Nakula fell down. Bhima asked the same question. Yudhishthira replied, Nakula always had a feeling that he is the most handsome person. Fell down. And after some time, Arjuna also fell down. For which Yudhishthira replied, Arjuna promised to wipe out the entire Kaurava army in one day. He bragged about his greatness, but he could not do it. What you cannot do, don't brag about it. Therefore, Arjuna also fell down. Even Bhima fell down after some time. Even when he fell down, Bhima asked, why did I fall down before he is leaving the body? Yudhishthira replied, you don't care whether others have enough food or not. You just eat everything by yourself. And you always brag about your physical strength. That's why you fell down. After some time, Yudhishthira was going alone. And Indra came before Yudhishthira and said, you don't worry. All your brothers and Draupadi are ahead of you in Swargam. And finally, Indra said, Yudhishthira, there is a dog accompanying you. You cannot enter Swargam with your dog. Yudhishthira replied, this dog believed me. One who believed should never be left alone. I cannot come. Indra said, no room for dogs in Swargam. Then Yudhishthira said, if that is the case, I cannot leave someone who trusted me. If that is the case, I don't want your Swargam. Indra even tried to tempt Yudhishthira You could live without Draupadi and 4 brothers. Why are you so much attached to a dog? Yudhishthira replied, I never left my brothers and Draupadi when they are alive. When they are dead, I have no control over them. This dog is not dead, it is alive. I cannot leave it. Immediately, Yamadharmaraja appeared and said, My son, you proved yourself that you are a great person. This dog is none other than myself, Yamadharmaraja, wanted to test you. You are so great. When I questioned you in the Yaksha Prashna, I will revive only one of your 4 brothers who fell down dead. You requested, you did not ask for Bhima or Arjuna. You asked Nakula to be revived. That day itself I knew what a great person you are. That is the reason why you are entitled to go to Swargalokam with a physical body. That is how Yudhishthira, in the Mahaprasthanika Parva, attained Swargaloka. Now, there is something interesting. Where are my brothers? He asked the Devi Devatas. Where is Karna? Karna is my brother. Without knowing Karna is my brother, we were responsible for his death. I made Arjuna kill Karna. I would like to see them. So they ordained a Devaduta. So Devaduta was taking Yudhishthira. That Devaduta took Yudhishthira to Naraka. Whatever you heard in Garuda Purana and whatever you heard today on the way to Naraka, Yudhishthira went there and saw. They saw the Asipatra Vanam. They saw the Vaitarani. And he saw all the people there. Some of them are appealing to Yudhishthira. I am Karna, I am Bhima, I am Arjuna, I am Nakula, I am Sahadeva, I am Drishtadyumna, I am Draupadi. We are Draupadi's children. Yudhishthira was surprised. You are all good people. Why are they in this hell? How come in Swarga Duryodhana is there? Yudhishthira turned back to the Devaduta and said, You go back to Devalokam. I am not going to come there. If these people who trusted me, if they are here in hell, I will also prefer to stay in hell. Dharma Devata, Yamadharmaraja. Yamadharmaraja came there and he consoled. Indra also came there. They said, Yudhishthira, you attained Uttamalokas. Come. Any king must come through Naraka first, then only Swargam. That's why you are brought here. First Narakam, then only Swargam. If you have too many sins, first Swargam, then Narakam. As I told you before, Purvam Narakabhagyastu Paschat Swargamapaitisah Bhuishtaha Papakarmaya Na Sa Purvam Swargamashtute. If you go through Narakam first, then you go to Swargam. If you have too many sins, first you go to Swargam and enjoy the little punyam, then you come to Narakam and suffer. And here he said, you have violated Dharma. Said the Lord. You are responsible for the death of Dronacharya. That's why you came to see what exactly Naraka is. Come, all of you can come to Swargalokam now. And that is how. They were all taken to Swargam. They have taken a bath in Akasha Ganga. And after Ganga Snanam, they all entered Swargalokam. Yudhishthira goes to Swargalokam. And there he will see all his brothers, including Karna, Bhima, sitting next to Vayudeva, Arjuna, sitting next to Indra, Nakula, Sahadeva, and sitting next to Ashwini Devatas. Indra told him, Draupadi is an Amsha of Mahalakshmi. Shankara gave her a blessing. That Amsha of Mahalakshmi appeared as Draupadi and married 5 of you. And Bhishma, Yudhishthira could see even Bhishma as the one of the Vasus. Pradyumna joined Sanat Kumara. Dhritarashtra attained Kubera Loka. In Swargaloka, Yudhishthira could see Virata, Drupada, Drishtaketu, Akrura, Samba, Bhanu. Some people say Chandra was born as Abhimanyu. No, Chandra had a son by name Varcha. That Varcha was born as Abhimanyu. We could see Abhimanyu over there in Chandra. That is how Yudhishthira saw. And finally, Bhagavan Sri Krishna gave his darshanam to Yudhishthira. Indra is explaining, Yaha sa Narayano nama Devadevaha Sanatanaha Tasyamsho Vasudevastu Karmanonte Viveshaha. Bhagavan, Sanatana, Adipurusha is Sriman Narayana. The same Narayana appeared as Vasudeva, Krishna, and that Krishna went and merged into Sriman Narayana. Shodashastri Sahasrani Vasudeva Parigraha Anugyam Sa Saraswacham Kalena Janamejaya. The 16,100 ladies who married Krishna left their bodies in the Saraswati Nadi and they came back to Svargalokam. They came back as Apsarasas back to Indralokam. That is how Mahabharata concludes about Dharma. Anybody who follows Dharma is sure to get Uttamagatis. And the greatest of the greatest Dharma is to do Sharanagati and attain Vaikuntham. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanibhya Shuvamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu Kali Vashata Parjanya Prithvi Sashashalinim Deshoyam Kshobraitaha Bhusura Santa Nirbhaya Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Kanvaram Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Om Asmat Guru Bhyo Namaha Asmat Paraguru Bhyo Namaha Asmat Sarva Guru Bhyo Namaha. Narayan. Here we complete the Dharma about Mahabharata, Dharma from Mahabharata. Ma, if you have any question or something, please feel free and send me. If you want me to continue next Sunday, what topic should I choose?
Acharya, what about...
Srimanarayana Swamiji.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, originally we had planned to do Dharma from other.
Right. Are you still interested? Because our attendance is dropping from once upon a time from 30 to 15. Because how many people can join every Sunday? They have too many things to take care of. I don't mind teaching. I don't mind explaining.
I don't know.
So if you have time,
Okay,
just
maybe we can take a break and stuff. Yeah.
that
I'll
is
send
no. For my sake, don't take a break. If you want, just send a message. Just send a message for people. What topic and what you choose, send me. If you can send me by Monday, I'll be happy to conduct a class next Sunday.
Sure, Swamiji. I think probably because it was a holiday and summer, people are little
That's right.
scattered.
That's right.
It
That's
may
right.
they may come back. Yeah.
Go ahead, Amma. Someone else is asking something.
Acharya, question on the Gopikas. When did they attain Vaikuntham?
When did they attain Vaikuntham? That's a good question, sir. Any day they wanted. Nowhere it is mentioned when and how they attained Vaikuntham. To the best of my knowledge, what I heard, as long as Krishna was there, they were there constantly thinking of Krishna. The minute Krishna left, all of them attained Vaikuntham. All of them attained Vaikuntham. They are the only ones who got Vaikuntham.
So Krishna leaving planet Earth or Krishna leaving Vrindavan and going that?
They did not leave the body the minute Krishna left Vrindavan. All the Gopikas and Yashoda met Krishna during the Grahana Snanam in Prabhasa Tirtham. Got it?
Yes, Acharya, thank you. And another question is, if Draupadi is Amsha Mahalakshmi, how can she marry a Jivatma?
Amsha can be different. Krishna's Amsha is a lion. How can a lion eat meat? Krishna's Amsha is a tree, Ashwadham. How can Krishna's Amsha be a tree? Amsha is different, Paramatma is different.
Srimanathan Acharya, I have one question.
Hmm.
Go ahead. So when we if we were calling people who are already, you know, friends and like everyone who live in usually in America are already well to do, and if you call them feed food, is that equivalent to Annadanam?
If you feed the people who are rich enough, is it called Annadanam, correct?
Yeah, who's already privileged, who can also.
Giving food to anybody is Annadanam. But giving food to the needy, deserving, and the poor will get you better benefits. Annadanam is Annadanam. But feeding the poor and the underprivileged, yeah. Fine, sir. ఎవరు లేరు కదా? No problem. Sure. Jarthe. Go ahead, Amma. So by doing Annadanam to the rich, it is still Annadanam. But feeding the deserving, poor, and underprivileged will get you better benefits.
Got it. Srimanathan. I have a question, Swamiji.
Arjuna is also none other than Narayana's Amsha. Krishna says, Pandavanam Dhananjayaha, an Amsha, but still Jivatma. Krishna is Narayan. Krishna is big God. Krishna is the supreme God, okay? Yeah. Love Krishna, Krishna will help you. Very good. All right, Amma.
I have a question, Swamiji.
Right, go ahead, Amma.
My question is like, you know, how and why Pandavas were picked by Krishna in the, like, you know, dharma, like, you know, parivartan and all these things, what happened, or Krishna wanted to do the yug parivartan that time. So what
I couldn't follow your
did they
question.
get?
Why Pandavas did not get moksham?
No, why Pandavas were picked? Like, you know, what the good deeds they had done earlier that Krishna picked them, like, you know, to like in his, like, you know, motive to change the or bring the dharma on the planet.
Look, Bhagavan Narayana appearing as Krishna is for Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya cha Dushkrutam Dharma Samsthapanardhaya, for which Brahmadeva requested all the Devi Devatas to be born on the planet Earth with their amshas to help Krishna to carry out the Dharma Sthapana, to wipe out the bad, to help the good, and to establish Dharma. Therefore, Devi Devatas have taken birth with their amshas, Yamadharmaraja as a Dharmaraja, Yamadharmaraja as a Dharmaraja, Vayudeva as Bhima, Indra as Arjuna. So they are all Devi Devatas with their amshas. They went back to their Devi Devatas amshas. Got it?
Swami, even Jivatmas can have amshas. Like, for example,
It's not Jivatma. On Bhagavan's deputation, they can do.
Okay, sir.
For helping Bhagavan, Brahma gave them that additional power.
Okay, sir.
Narayana. There are a few people here, Amma. We'll continue next week, Amma. Narayana.